Yo guys, and welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh video. This time we're actually not doing a Go Rush review for once. As you all probably know, on Monday we got the first two episodes of the Yu-Gi-Oh 7th dub. And I was planning on going through all the episodes one by one as they release. But then on Tuesday we got the first 20 episodes. So I decided, let's just go over all the changes that happened in the first arc, the creation of Rush Duel arc. Now I was also planning on going over every card change, but yeah, now going over 13 episodes, that's not gonna happen. So we're just going to go over some, I guess you could call them significant changes, but yeah, let's just get started with episode 1. So the name for episode 1 was changed from Let's Go Rush Duel, which is what the characters say in the Japanese version when they start a duel, to Ready for the Rush, which is what they say in this version. The opening, as you all know, was changed from the Japanese na 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 to a instrumental song, which after a few days of listening I actually really like. It's definitely a lot better than Reigns', but I guess that's not really a difficult task. I do also want to go over all the name changes for characters in episode 1. I know that we got these in the Rush Duel game, but there are some people who haven't played that game or who haven't watched the original and don't know what the names of the original characters are, so let's go over those really quick. So while they did keep his nickname Luke the same, they changed Tatsuhisa Kamijo to Lucidian Callister, they changed Gakito Sogetsu to Gavin Sogetsu, and finally they changed Roman Kirishima to Roman Cassidy. In the intro scene in episode 1, they changed it from Otis talking about the legend of the King of Duels to Yuga giving us the monologue. Now let's go over the scene that for some reason broke the internet. Yes, Yuga is wearing a bike helmet. Why do people care? I don't know, but here you go. While Yuga is explaining to Gavin why he wants to create Rush Duels, there's a scene where he's imagining himself standing on a mountain. There he pulls out a flag, which in the English version has all letters removed from it. While Luke is trying to explain to Yuga that the legend of the King of Duels actually exists, they change the writing completely on the tablet that's behind him. What's weird is that a few seconds later, after they find Otis, they just remove the tablet completely. Let's keep going with the letter changes. They remove all letters from Yuga's hologram on his duel disk when he is installing Rush Duels. When the other three ask Luke how he broke the drone, instead of saying that he has a soul of a devil in him, he simply says that he has the power beyond mortal man. Let's get into the duel. Obviously the card design changed from both the back and the front, and this time I really like the design of the dub cards. You know, it's not as simple as just make the picture bigger, so this is really cool. And finally, I know I technically don't have to say this, but if I don't, then someone in the comments is going to tell me. Yes, they changed Blue Eyes' attack from Burst Stream of Destruction back to White Lightning, and 7th Road Magician's attack from 7th Magic to 7th Magic Attack. Now, let's move on to episode 2, whose name was changed from The Man Who Possesses a Demon to The Future King of Duels. And if you're paying attention, you can kind of tell what the theme of this video is going to be, since once again they removed Japanese text from this scene of the Goha building. So this next one is really random. So the scene you're seeing right now and the one that's about to show up are actually switched in the dub. I don't know why, it doesn't do anything. You wouldn't notice it unless you're looking out for it, but yeah, the vending machine is actually after in the dubbed version. And a few seconds later we once again see a sign that has all letters removed from it. At the very end of the story, they remove this 2-second scene where he says that this power won't let him lose to a grown-up. The name of Dragear's effect was changed from Gear's Charge to Double Doom. Its first attack name was changed from Supreme Exploding Wave Bullet to Concussive Electrostatic Shock Ball, and its second attack was changed from Supreme Annihilation Wave Attack to Infernal of Infinite Destruction. In the scene where everyone's reacting to Rush Duels being uploaded online, there's a few changes that happen. They rearranged a couple of scenes again, they also removed text from a couple of posts, and finally in one of the scenes they turned it from light mode to dark mode. The final change for episode 2 happened in the scene with Mr. Goha, where now instead of a girl calling him, it is a boy. Yes, this is a slight change, but I'd rather say it than be corrected again. We are now moving on to episode 3, which was changed from Roman's Secret to Rock the Rush Duel. Once again, for the people who care, Yuga has a bike helmet in this episode. I'm never going to bring it up again, even if it happens, just note that every time he's on his bike he's going to have a helmet. When Luke confronts Yuga about the website being taken down, we can once again see that it was changed from light to dark mode, but this time they also removed some of the letters and added a few. The same change is done a few minutes later when the guys are looking at Roman's video. The dub changed the scene where Kaizo gets his name. Originally, when he meets Roman, he asks Yuga to name him and Yuga gives him the name Kaizo. However, in the dub, he already has that name. Instead, he asks Yuga if he has a camera to take a picture. Continuing the trend of all these episodes, the sign above Yuga's door has had all text removed from it. Ah, 4Kids. So in this scene you might be wondering what's changed. Well, they made Roman's skirt longer. I'm not kidding. The funny thing is they didn't change it in the next scene, they kept it short, so I mean, whatever, 4Kids do what they want. They also censored Prima Guitarna in the same way, so I mean, I don't know, whatever, who cares. So when Roman is talking about how she got Prima Guitarna, there is a girl with a character on her backpack. I don't know who this character is, if you guys could tell me in the comments, I would love to know. But in the dubbed version, this character is completely removed. Prima Guitarna's effect name was changed from Excitement on Stage to Rockin' Refrain, and her attack name was changed from Refrain Shock of Melody to Melodic Maelstrom. I do want to point out I'm not going to go over every ace monster that ever appears, just for the main 7 or any other notable monsters that appear like Blue Eyes. And that's it for episode 3, now let's move on to episode 4. The name of episode 4 was changed from Goodbye Student Council President to Rush Duel Resignation. During the beginning montage, the stamp that Gavin puts on the paperwork has been changed to a 7 with the Goha logo. So this is kind of a minor change, but it's still worth pointing out. In the original version, Gavin says that the only song that you're allowed to sing in the school is the school anthem, while in the dub he just decides to sing that song. Also, since the anthem was the ending song in the Japanese version, that song has now been completely replaced. In this episode we also had 2 name changes. Ranze was changed to Rain, and Rinosuke was changed to Reno. At the start of the duel, when Yuga attacks with Fire Golem in the dub, as always it's changed to Purple Fire. Fiendish Commander Yame Ruler was changed to Yami Ruler, the Dark Delayer. His effects was changed from Commander Decree to Delay Directive. And now, out of all the name changes, this is the one I'm most disappointed in. Fiendish Ruler's Divine Commandment Slash was changed into Samurai Slash. And that's it. The design of Seven Sword Witch was also changed so that she basically is wearing pants. While Rain and Reno are explaining the effects of Gavin's trap, the cards above them are changed from the symbols of attack and defense to just the words attack and defense. When Yuga activates the effect of Seven Sword Magician, we can see Reno trying to calculate on a piece of paper how much attack it's going to gain. That scene is actually completely removed in the dub. Also, during the election scene, they changed the banner to just have stars and a trophy. The title of episode 5 was changed from Luke's brave fight to breaking the news. Also, the tablet in the opening scene is changed from light to dark mode again. The web browser Guha, which is a reference to Google, was completely removed in the dub. The Goha newspaper has also been changed, where they have removed some of the words and others have again been replaced with the Goha symbol or the 7. They've also completely removed a few pages of the newspaper. Now, while most of these changes have just been removing words and letters, the weirdest one to me is that in the newspaper you can see a picture of Luke, but in the dub they changed the background from orange to blue. I think this is something that no one will notice unless you were actually looking out for it, and it's just really random. The newspaper club has also had a label on their door be changed to a simple newspaper. While I overall really do like the dub, the character that I've been most disappointed with is Bakuro Shinjitsu, who has been changed to Scoop Pittman, and if you haven't watched the sub, he's very different from what they showed in this episode. They have once again decided to change the color of fire, but I guess they wanted to switch it up a little and make it blue instead of purple. We have now come to the end of episode 5, so you may be wondering, why are we already here? Well, it's simply because most of the changes in this episode were just text changes, and I honestly didn't want to point out every single time the newspaper shows up and has some change to it. Just note that there were a lot of text changes in this episode. The episode 6 title was changed from Oh Noodles Ramen Duel to Rushing for Ramen. Also, I know I just said I won't be mentioning every time the newspaper changes, however, this time the newspaper was actually completely removed from the episode, so, might as well mention it. From now on, just keep in mind that whenever there is like a banner, flag, billboard, newspaper, whatever, there was most likely writing on it. I know I technically should mention it, but I have 13 episodes to go through, it's just going to get annoying at some point. In the dub, Menzaburo Omori was changed to Sabu Ramen. One slight change that I kind of found interesting was that in the original, Gavin didn't want Yuga to teach Sabu Ramen how to install the new rules because Sabu Ramen was a stranger. However, in the dub, they changed it because Yuga is breaking the rules so much already that he doesn't want Yuga to break them again. One change that I forgot to mention was that in the original version, even before Sabu Ramen came into the store, the chef said that the next bowl that gets ordered is going to be the last one. That's why it makes a bit more sense instead of in the dub where, Sabu Ramen just orders it and he says, oh, this is going to be the last one, by the way. So yeah. One change that I found very funny was in the scene where Sabu Ramen is apologizing for ordering the last bowl, they cut it short right before he's hitting his head on the floor. Another kind of funny change is that in the original, when Roman asks Yuga if he likes ramen, he says that he doesn't actually, that he prefers udon, while in the dub that's the whole reason why he wants the last bowl. The episode 7 title was changed from The Transfer Student is a Great Schooler to Disco Duel. This next change really shocked me. So one of the big reasons why Mr. Goha was so mysterious in the original version was because he actually didn't speak for a long time, but in the dub he speaks in episode 7. Instantly going over the name change, Mimi Atachi was changed to Mimi Amimi. So this is currently the most censored dub episode we have so far. The difference between this and the original version is 3 minutes. Now you do have to keep in mind that the original has a longer opening as well as a longer ending song, but still we're going to go over all of those changes as they appear. And the first is that the scene where Mimi is praying in the church has been completely removed. They also removed this scene, which, I don't really need to explain it much, but it's not actually that bad, it's just her laughing to herself in the bathroom, but from that frame you can kind of understand why. They also removed the scene where she's sitting at the bar with a sign that says "I'm an adult" on her back, which makes a lot of sense again. And it's at this moment when I realize someone who hasn't watched this must be very confused right now. Just like in the Roman episode, I'll only mention this once, but a good amount of Mimi's cards have been censored. They also removed the scene where Mimi gets poured with water. I could make a joke here, but sometimes it's better to just not say anything. So we're now going from the most changed episode to the least changed episode, which I didn't expect, by the way. So episode 8 was changed from Post-Apocalypse and Neapolitan to Rush Crush Kid. And I mean, it does have those, newspaper and word changes and everything, but apart from that, the only other major change is the name change of Yoshio Atachi to Yoshio Amimi. The title of episode 9 was changed from Wonderful Jurassic to Dino Detour. As far as the Dino Club name changes, Hunt was changed to Tracker and Khan was changed to Professor Diggs. The last member was not mentioned in the dub, so we don't know. Okay, so this is another one of those times where I can just show you the scene and not have to explain why it was removed, but yes, shockingly, the bathroom scene was removed from this episode and they just showed the outside of the bathroom and them talking. So they removed the scene of these dinosaurs eating each other, and in this scene they actually edited out the dinosaurs that were in its mouth. The episode 10 title was changed from Horrifying Horror Duel to Behind You. And who would have guessed it? The scene where Roa throws his cousin into a wall has been removed. I'm shocked. Also, let's go over the name changes really quick. Roa Kirishima was changed to Roa Cassidy, Omai no Shiro was changed to Toombs, and Geta was changed to Tyler. They have once again changed back from making the fire blue to purple, and this is probably going to be the time where I won't really keep mentioning the fire changes. Again, note, whenever there's a fire in an episode, it got changed to purple. They removed Toombs' toilet story, which is a sentence I never thought I would say, and I'm currently rethinking my life choices. So they did slightly change the plot of this episode. In both versions, Toombs was trying to scare Luke. However, the reason why Luke was scared in the original was because of Toombs' name, which means I'm right behind you. And so when Luke realizes that that's his name, he stops being scared. Episode 11 was changed from No More Holding Back to Hungry for a Duel. Also, the dub removes the Kaizo recap at the beginning of the episode. During the flashback, there were also a couple of scenes that were re-replaced. I know it's not a big change, but still I wanted to point out because it's interesting. So, in the original version, Yuga actually realizes that Roman is hungry, but in the dub, he just remembers that he put the food compartment in for no reason. We did also get a name change in this episode where Nick Yagi was changed to Briscoe. The episode 12 title was changed from The Forbidden Ace to Drawing a Foul. Before it's revealed that Ra is using a cardboard cutout, they remove a scene of Mimi basically reacting to how tall he is. So this next one isn't necessarily a dub change, it's more of a mess up, where right before the duel starts, when Ra is reminding Yuga that he's going to rebrand Rush Duel, Gavin shockingly says he already made the logo. However, Roa has already not only shown us this logo, but the logo has been up for the last 2 duels. They once again remove one of Mimi's lines, and at this point I feel like they're just removing every time she's mentioning that she's actually an adult. But they could have changed that completely already, but whatever. And finally, we move on to episode 13, which was changed from Another King to The Chosen One. So this is actually a pretty big change. In the original version, Kaizo never finishes his sentence, but in the dub, he actually says Yuga is disqualified, which would technically mean that in the dub, he should have lost. It is possible I didn't hear it the first time, but in episode 13 is when we actually get the name change of Kasekihota to Trench. The change that I knew was going to happen, but it still makes me sad, is the fact that they've removed Miniscape, Roa's main theme, during this duel. Instead of just mentioning it for heavy metal, might as well say it for the whole archetype, that it was changed from Royal Demons to Royal Rebels. Heavy Metal's effect name was changed from Hellflame Moshpit to Metal Scream of Malice, and its attack name was changed from Headbanger's Destruction to Headbanger's Bash. And that's it. Those were all the changes that I personally could find in the Birth of Rush Duel arc. Now, as I said, there were a few changes that I skipped, like every single word change. I also could have gone over every monster, but then this would be an hour long and no one would enjoy that. But if there are any other changes that you guys noticed and I missed, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this concept. I'm going to probably be doing this for the maximum arc and all the others when they come out. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.